Okay guys, welcome to the Talking News and Chasing a Murderer. Please subscribe and like, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. So we're going to be talking about the subject of women being hunted. This story that we're going to be talking about today was actually hunted on a dating app, and some women are hunted at bars, and Savannah Spurlock is definitely an example of that. So Amber Garrison met a guy named James on Plenty of Fish app. She's 26. James is 32. He's a truck driver. The story is still pretty new. I think they're both from New York State. Usually I cover active missing cases, but this one I wanted to share with you because it had a glimpse of hope. So these two met at a Pennsylvania truck stop, and that was around July 20th. So according to some of these articles, they had met through Plenty of Fish, which is a dating app that I told you guys that a lot of these girls, like Dana Carver, so many of them, I mean, you can't even name them all, are meeting these guys that have no good intentions for them whatsoever. What we're hearing is Amber stepped into the Peterbilt truck cab and she never come back out. So she was kept at knife point and kept captive for a couple of months. What we're hearing is Amber actually stayed in the truck, traveling through several states with James. Amber says she refused to have sex with James, and he would continue to beat her and threaten her with a knife. According to some sources, they say that Amber was, for some reason, able to keep her cell phone on her, but was not able to really use it freely. What we're hearing is there was a point where Amber Garrison was a missing persons, and at that point, James instructed Amber to contact her family and the police department and let them know that she was okay. So Amber actually called her family, is what I'm reading, and she emailed the state police and let them know that she was fine. So as time went by, she was having to endure some very scary moments. And on Saturday, August 24th, I believe, now some of this could be wrong because we cannot get enough on this story, Amber made several 911 calls. That started about 9:50 a.m. that morning, but they were terminated before the police were able to track down the caller. Depending on the article you read, this kind of went down different ways, but on what I could gather, James did figure out that Amber was dialing for help at some point, and he held her at knife point for a period of time. And what some articles say is it's approximately 1 hour that he threatened Amber. According to police, one of the 911 calls that come in, they said that they could hear a woman's voice, and that voice was asking someone to put the knife down. He also threatened to kill Amber as well as take his own life. Now in this article it says that this is on August 31st, so it's either the 24th or the 31st, but I'm going to say it's the 31st is most likely all of this went down. I apologize that it's very hard to get accurate information right now on this story. So Amber Garrison said that she told James that she promised not to say anything to the police. But at 708 South Division Street, this is approximately 12:45 p.m. Saturday that same day, police did make contact with James. They do not tell us exactly how it went down, but we can imagine it wasn't pretty. And Amber, they said that Amber was actually suffering quite a bit of, some injuries, including a bloody nose, an abrasion to her chest and bruises to her face and legs. She told officers that she may have an infection on her arm and hand from where James Smith forcibly tattooed her. Of course, James Smith tells the police that this relationship was consensual. What we know right now is James Smith faces charges of kidnapping, harassment, domestic assault with a weapon, and obstruction of emergency communication. So he was actually caught in Iowa at a, I guess it's a little grocery convenience store, and he's being held at Adair County Jail, on bonds of $1 million and $10,000. As for Amber, she was transported to the Memorial Hospital in that area for treatment. And you know, they do have a lot of apps out there for emergency situations. I want women to know that they need to start having mace on them. They need to protect themselves. And how many times can we tell you girls, if you're meeting people for the first time, don't trust these people. I don't care how long you talk to them, how great they seem. You guys got to start being more careful. Now, how this story is going to end up, we really don't know. I can say that maybe we expect to see a few more charges thrown in there, possibly. But I did want to share this story because at least, you know, one good ending here. The girl come out of this alive, and that's, you know, something really special considering how many of these stories I cover. There's not many like this one. Now, I did try to look her up on Facebook, and I found one of her Facebooks. It looks like an old Facebook, possibly. There's really not much information, and I couldn't find him. Possibly maybe one of you guys might find him, but I was not able to. As you guys know, we've been dealing with a lot lately, and I've not been feeling so good either. But I'm able to get, I think I have a few more stories lined up for you. It's just a matter of getting them done. And there's just so many stories out there. It's hard to figure out which ones should we cover first. But I wanted to share this. I wanted the ladies to see that men are out there hunting you. You need to know this. You need to be aware of this. And you need to be safe. These people are getting smarter. They're learning about the law. And they're almost doing it in front of your face. I mean, Savannah Spurlock, look at her case. She had called her mother, FaceTimed her. Her mother knew exactly where she was, who she was with, kind of. But her friends knew as well. Yet, the guys continued to pursue whatever they did to that child and ended up taking her life. Excuse me. Knowing that they were going to take her life. It didn't matter. And they were able to face media. They were able to face the police, investigators, and the family without any remorse whatsoever. They had no reason. They had showed no, what am I trying to say? They just didn't give a shit about anyone but themselves, or especially value any life whatsoever. And I always said, if they're not going to get the one that they initially are after, they are going to go after another one. So if they wouldn't have did this Savannah Spurlock that night, they would have found somebody else. And that's why I wish, you know, some of these younger girls would watch my videos. They would get these warnings, and they would know that they need to be a little bit more, they need to be safe. They need to be smart and value themselves a little bit better, and know that you can't just trust anyone anymore. Okay guys, well, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one finished for now, because there's a few other stories I want to work on. I want to say, guys, I do miss you. I love you so much. I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching these videos. Hopefully they'll help someone somewhere. All right guys, I'll see you guys soon.